Hello and welcome to part 3, the last and final video of the Extensions 101 series. Video where I show you how to actually put your extensions in your hair and kind of style it to blend with them after your extensions are already styled, because I just think it makes it a lot easier if you style your extensions separately than in your hair, because then you avoid any pulling or breakage that could happen with your hair, because you don't want to be pulling at them. They're secure, so they're not going to fall out, but you could cause some breakage in your hair, so you want to avoid that. So I recommend styling them separately and then putting them in your hair. So yeah, all you're gonna need is you can use a comb. I don't use a comb. If you're like super like anal and OCD and you like your lines to be straight, then you can use like a pointy comb thing. I don't ever do that. I probably should, but it's quicker. And it definitely takes some getting used to. You're gonna have to practice at it. I had to practice. It was hard putting them in. Like the first time it took me like an hour, and I just could not get it right. But now I put them in and I'm done in like 5 minutes. So it definitely gets easier. So if you're using them for big events, I recommend getting up a little bit earlier or starting your hair routine a little bit earlier, just to give you plenty of like time to screw up because you probably will. No offense. But yeah, it does take some practice. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna need a clip, any kind of clip. I have this little clip here. It's like the clips that go with like my little hot rollers. You can also use hot rollers for that too, but I don't like the curl that the hot rollers give, so I like using the curling iron or wand if you have a wand, whatever. Okay, so you're gonna have brushed your hair already, and brush your hair better than I did. Unless your hair is curly, then you're not gonna brush it. You're gonna use a wide-toothed comb or your fingers to gently separate the hair. And you're going to make sure that it's not frizzy and there's no tangles and it's going to be smooth, and yeah. And if you have like some weird looking pieces, just wait until you get your extensions in, and then you can take a curling iron and a straightener or a straightener and kind of blend it together. But that's different than like doing your entire head with the extensions. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start, because okay, let me see. In my extensions, yours could be different. You might have more wefts. I have 4 wefts that go down the back of my head, and 4 little, I don't know if these are called wefts. I guess they're called wefts. They're like 1-inch wefts, and these are, I don't know, longer wefts. I don't know how long they are. And so the ones that go across the back are 3 clips. They're like this wide, and they get narrower as you go down, like your head. Obviously because your head gets narrower as it goes down. So just make sure you're putting them in the right order to kind of measure them up between each other. That's another good thing about keeping them on here, is that they're always in the right order. So I'm going to separate my hair. Oops. And I just leave like a little bit, because I like to do like as tight, like I like to keep them as close as possible going down, because otherwise sometimes I get to the top of my head and I don't have enough hair by the time I get up there to completely cover them, and then I feel like they're showing and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, so just I'm parting this like just below my earlobe, so like leave like that much hair down, like not a lot of hair down. Especially like you don't want a lot of hair on the underlayer, because then it's gonna be like, why is there like an underlayer of your hair that's shorter? So yeah, just and then clip it up. Again, if you want to use a comb to do that, you can, but I'm not going to. So, and then clip it up securely and make sure that there's no like stray hairs that are falling down, because if the clip catches like a stray hair, it'll hurt really bad and it'll kind of pull at it. And so you want to try to like put them in gently. Okay, so I'm gonna start, and it's in the order from like the way it would go on my head. So I'm gonna grab the bottommost set of clips, and I'm just gonna unclip them. Okay, pull it out, and kind of give it a little run through with your fingers. A brush it through if it straightens, and then this is the way you open and close them. It's almost like a barrette. Actually, it's like a barrette with claws. So you just open and close it the same way you would a barrette. You just kind of push it in the middle, and that opens it and closes it. Oops. So you want to make sure it's open. All of the little clips are open, and then I'm going to start, and I'm going to clip the middle one into the middle of my hair first, and then I'm going to clip the outer ones. And you want to clip them tightly to where they're not like loose, but not so tight that it's like pulling, because it'll give you a headache if they're too tight. So I'm going to put them in. Another thing, sorry, I like whipped around really fast. It says to tease your hair, like at the roots, to give like a better hold. I don't do that. If I feel like it, what I'll do is I'll take the comb and I'll kind of like back comb it. Like this has like a little comb thing right there. See? So I'll just like take the comb and I'll kind of like back comb it at the root of my hair, and then I'll slip it on. Most of the time I don't even do that. So if you want to do that, you can. Especially if your hair is really fine and silky, I actually would recommend doing that, because it might be easier for them to slip out. My hair is not really like super silky. It's not like super rough, it's just not like super silky. But yeah, so. And you want to get them as close to the roots of your hair as possible. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to grab this little section. I'm going to bring this around. See, use my clip. Kind of back comb it a little bit. And then clip it. And then back comb it a little bit. And then clip it. So, see? And it's nice and secure. And it's not pulling. If you feel any discomfort, then take it out and put it back in, because you're just going to be uncomfortable throughout the day. And if you try to adjust it, it's not going to work. So just make sure that if you feel any pulling, just take it out and try it again. Don't rush it. Sounds good. I just kind of wet down my hair, and then I just take the next layer. In the next layer, I do about halfway up my ears, maybe, for the next layer. Just enough for about like that much hair to fall down, enough for it to grab a section of hair without grabbing a clip below it or some of the hair that's in that section. You want to keep the sections like separated but close. That makes sense? So, separate it. And then, again, flip it up. Make sure there's no strays falling down. And then take your next section, unclip it, flip it into your hair the same way you did that lower section, and just do that all the way up. The section after this, because I'm going to speed this up so I won't be able to tell you what I'm doing, And where I'm putting it, the next section up, I put it about at the top of my ear, separated back. And then the last section, kind of like around my crown, is where I separate it, like maybe like right here. You can kind of do that wherever you want, depending on how thick your hair is. If your hair is really thick, you could probably make the section a little bit higher. My hair is a little bit thinner, so I like to have the sections kind of blow down. So yeah, I'm just gonna clip it in there, and we're gonna speed this up so we can get through this. Alright, so, hope you got this. Okay, so I've got all those back wefts in, so you can see, it kind of blends pretty well with my hair. Now I'm gonna put in the little 1-inch wefts in the front. And so I have them where they're supposed to be on here, and the back weft is like a millimeter wider than the front weft, so I have to keep them on here so that I can make sure I keep them straight. And so what I do is I kind of take my hair like right here, about like where the corner of my eye is, and I just tweak that maybe a little bit higher. Probably about where my eyebrow is, actually. It's where I usually do it, now that I think about it. And then you see my hairline there. And then I'm just going to take weft, clip it, get a hair memo, and then I'm just going to do like right here and then right here. You don't want to get too close to right here because then it might show. So you want to keep it somewhat far back, but they're still at the front, so that, keep getting hair in my mouth. They kind of help to frame the face, that way it's not like normal hair, longer hair. They're kind of like, yeah, you kind of bring it forward, make it look a little more natural. So again, just, my hair looks a little bit crazy right now. So just take your section, tease it if you like, flip it in. Next section, right next to that, I'm just going to put that in too. Ouch. Okay, let me try that again. Just pulling, so. Okay. And then, flip it. And see it look. Okay. And it makes this side look a little bit fuller and more, see it kind of blends it better. So those front pieces are like definitely needed. My hair's being weird right there, but that's why I really go through with a curling iron and blend it together. So you just want to do the same thing with the other side. Just take a section, try to make sure it's straight. There we go. Unclip it. Oops. And I can't see very well because of this webcam, so sorry. Oh, my hair looks awesome right now. Okay. And clip it. I should get my hair cut like this. I'm just kidding, y'all. Okay. And then flip it back into place. So I'm just gonna take like little sections of my hair and carefully wrap them around my little curling iron. The back of my hair tends to flip out a lot, so ouch. Actually, what I like to do is I like to pull up my crown, kind of like the hair at the crown, and then kind of wrap the hair around it. And then that also gives it kind of like a little bit of extra volume at the top of the crown. So, and then I just roll it down. And it helps those pieces to flip under because the tip of the hair will be wrapped under the iron, but it also helps to give a little extra volume at the crown. Okay. And then that's basically all you do. I can't really see very well, so I'm probably going to go into my bathroom and finish fixing up my hair. but you get the gist of it. So that's how you put them in, that's how you blend them, and then they look. I like to think they look pretty natural. So yeah, that's the end, actually. That's the end of our Extensions 101 series. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching, and go get you some extensions now. So, bye!